Hello, welcome to another edition of Hobby News Daily. I'm still Danny Black, but today I'm joined by Geoff Wilson. And if you're watching this show, you probably know who he is. Geoff, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Danny. Great to see you. Excited about the National.
Yeah, no, excited to have you on Hobby News Daily. You and I talked a while ago. You've been a big supporter, and I just wanted to thank you for all that. And definitely excited as we get the home stretch here the last couple days before Cleveland.
We are in the home stretch. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay, time to fess up honesty time. Are you packed?
No, I'm not packed. I have started to prepare my cards that I'm going to bring, so that's a step. And I got a lot of those already picked out and organized, so that's a good positive. But I will be packing this weekend.
Are you going early in the week? How long are you going to be there?
Most of my team is going to fly out on Monday. I'm going to fly out first thing Tuesday.
Okay.
We've got a corporate booth. Sports Card Investor has a booth in the corporate area where we're going to be filming some content. We also have our Card Kids trade zone like we did last year, where kids, last year we had hundreds and hundreds of kids trading in that area. And we have Market Movers is there as well. And stand-up displays is going to be there as well. So we've got a spot for all of that. So we got to get all that set up. And then Cards HQ is going to be out on the dealer floor. Cards HQ has dealer tables. So a lot to set up. So the team's getting out there Monday to do that. I'm going to join them Tuesday morning and get everything ready for the show open on Wednesday.
In total honest curiosity, how do you divide your time around? How do you set your priorities between marketing responsibilities, physical business responsibilities, and then just good enjoying the national? Hopefully, I get for a minute or two.
Yeah, not a lot of maybe enjoying the national in a traditional way. I do get the first, because we film a ton of content. It's our biggest content event of the year in terms of filming. It typically is when we get the most viewership of the year on all of our content. So it's definitely an important time for us to be filming nonstop, which we will be. And the reason why it's such a big time for that is because it's such a big event, but there's also so many people that are at home who, aren't able to make it for whatever reason, and but they still want to kind of experience what it's like. And so we try to bring them that experience of seeing the event and different elements of it. But, give it to them while they're at home and give it to them in a high quality manner. So the first couple of days when we're filming, that's all about just exploring the show floor in a vlog style. So I do get to enjoy myself those days because I enjoy exploring the show floor. Now I am filming, so there is some limitation to it. I can't just be free, but we have certain deadlines and that kind of thing. But I do get to walk around a bit. So that is fun. And then the last few days I'm more so at the booth, doing trades with people who come up and then filming various shows and that type of thing at the booth. So I do get to enjoy it. Maybe not, quite as much as, I'd love to, but I try to get the enjoyment in that I can.
All right, this is a veteran national question. Do you pack more than one pair of shoes?
Yeah, I probably will.
Yes.
I probably will. Yes, you've got to be ready for a ton of walking for sure.
Absolutely. Have you been? I've never been to the Cleveland IX Center. Have you ever been there at all?
No, the last time the National was in Cleveland was 2018, and I was not at that. I went to the 2019 National in Chicago.
Yeah.
But I have not been to a Cleveland one. It's going to be a little bit smaller than last year's in Chicago. And the room, from what I understand, it's more of just a big open square. So it's maybe an easier to navigate layout in the fact that it's just one giant open room. I think it's going to feel a little bit more like Atlantic City did from that standpoint, in terms of what the convention center is like and in terms of it being kind of one big room for people to navigate.
Well, as a hobby, we have to complain about something. So on this year's hobby bingo, we'll put Wi-Fi on, air conditioning,
Sure.
quality of food, and the hobby will play bingo on Twitter, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think quality of food is going to be better from what I understand. The new organizers of the National have brought in food trucks, which is something that, we haven't had previously, and the IX Center in general.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, and the IX Center in general, from what I understand, has more vendors, more food vendors than you get in Chicago. So food, I think, is going to be better. Hopefully, I mean, air conditioning couldn't be much worse than what we experienced there in Chicago for a couple of days. So, Wi-Fi, I have no idea. Wi-Fi is always, hit or miss when it comes to these types of things. So I'm sure something will go wrong. Yes.
What's a good national for you? Like, when you're done, what would be a good national?
For us, from like a business standpoint, a really good national is one where we had really high quality, compelling content that got a lot of viewership, and really good coverage on social that got a lot of engagement. That's what we're looking for. And then obviously we're looking to get people signed up for market movers. We're looking to get people to go by the Cards HQ booth to sell their cards. We're going to be buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards at the National. So from a business standpoint, if we get home, the week after, and we had really high view counts on our videos, lots of social engagement, Cards HQ bought a lot of cards, we got a lot of new people subscribed to market movers, then that was a big success for us from a business standpoint. From a personal standpoint, I hope to make some really cool pickups. Some of my favorite pickups that I've ever made have been at the National. Most memorably for me, probably, it's probably one of my favorite pickups of all time was back at the 2021 National in Chicago. I picked up the Dream Team, the 1992, 91, 92 Skybox Barcelona Olympic team cards, basketball, USA men's basketball. And it was all the members of the Dream Team, obviously Jordan Bird, Magic Johnson, Akeem, all the Charles Barkley, all the big guys. John Stockton was on there. Chris Mullin was on there. All the legends, Patrick Ewing, etc. And all the cards were autographed by the players. And then also the coaches were there as well. Coach K, Chuck Daly, who was the head coach, they were all autographed as well, and all PSA authenticated. And I saw that set for sale, and I was like, I have to have that. And it remains one of my favorite pickups of all time. And so, the National gives you the opportunity to see things like that, which you just really don't find at other card shows. Like, there's a lot of good card shows, but the National just has so much more, and there's so many more kind of unique pieces, historical pieces that come out of the National that you don't see elsewhere. So, I'm really looking forward to just seeing what I find, and hopefully I get some really great pickups that are my prized possessions for years to come.
It's funny you said that. I talk to a lot of dealers around the country. We do a local card shop spotlight on different card shops around the country, and even going to shows. I feel a lot of people hold back inventory for the National now. It's almost like the shows, leading up to the National, they're not negotiating as much on prices on certain cards because they want to take it to the National. I think everybody wants to put their best foot forward and have that thing that somebody's never seen before. So I think there is something about just going to the National. People bring out inventory that they don't show off other times of the year.
I think that's the case. And, so for those of you who go to the National, it's a win because you get to see some really unique, memorable stuff, and pick some cool stuff up.
Are we going to see any medical supply companies selling CT scanners?
Man, what a story that is. Goodness gracious.
The hobby's just never boring.
The hobby is definitely never boring. That is especially especially this last couple of years. It has been wild.
Is it more of a soap opera than you thought when you got into it?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So what's different from what you envisioned to the reality now?
Well, I mean, the hobby, I got back into it in 2018, and I mean, the growth of everything is what's created a lot of this, right? I mean, the fact that the both growth in terms of the number of participants in the hobby, collectors, businesses, but then also growth in terms of the value of all of this stuff, the value of cards, the value of memorabilia, the amount of money being transacted on a daily basis. So, it's to a degree, it's a symptom of that, I guess you would say, right? I mean, to a degree, it's in any type of growing, quickly growing industry, where you get a lot of players that are kind of like fighting it out to like stake their claims, and everyone from big companies to content creators to scammers and all that kind of stuff. It just all elevates when the entire thing becomes bigger. And so I think that's a lot of what we're seeing. And then you add into the mix that collectors are sports fans, and sports fans, I mean, fan is short for fanatic, obviously. And people are like that mentality adds an extra layer. Like there's an extra layer of competitiveness and dramaticness and that kind of thing, because of the fact that everybody has that kind of, sports fan like, mentality to them.
It's the difference between SEC football and Big Ten football,
Exactly.
And I say that as a Big Ten fan, but I'll give you, I'll give you the respect on the Gators.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, being a University of Maryland fan, we don't have much to talk about.
Mhm.
Okay. So how many members of the team go, and when do they actually start setting up? When do they let dealers set up this year? Do you know? Is it Monday?
We start our setup at 8 a.m. on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, some may be setting up Monday. I don't know, but our group is going to start Tuesday morning with our setup. Yeah, we got a lot of people going. I think we got about 20 people from our team going this year. So it's a good sized crew.
That's grown very noticeably over the last couple of years.
It has. And the reason for that, obviously, this year we have not only the Sports Card Investor and Card Kids Trade Zone and Market Movers set up, but we also have Cards HQ. So that's new. So that adds to it. And then also we're taking even more content resources this year than ever before, because we're looking to just put out even more content. So that also, kind of adds to it. So yeah, we got a big crew split between, doing all the different functions.
Sure. Does it make it harder for you to be hands-on with everybody at the show? Is it more of like a decompression afterwards and kind of go through, as opposed to being able to check in every day and, where is everybody? Or do you still try to, check in with everybody every day?
No, I'm actually, when it comes to the national, I am told what to do and where to be and who to talk to the entire time. I really have no control of what I'm doing or what my team's doing at the show. And that's by design. I have some great, leaders at 352 who or at a Sports Card Investor rather, who kind of map the whole thing out. And it's all scheduled out. And so like my content, like what videos and pieces of content we're filming where and when, and all of that is all pre-scheduled out. So yeah, it's my team's literally like, you're going to be here at 9:30, you're going to be here at 10:30, you're going to be here at 1 p.m. And they're, kind of walking me around and what we're doing and all that kind of stuff.
Does that make it easier for you or harder?
Well, it makes it possible to get the result that we want to get.
Okay.
The first year, we went without that level of pre-planning and precision, and it was really difficult to capture everything we wanted to capture from a content standpoint, because we were trying to kind of figure it out on the fly. And it's a chaotic environment to try to figure it out on the fly. And then you couple that with the fact that like a lot of people were coming up and wanting to talk to me and everything like that, which was awesome. And I didn't want to turn anybody away. So I ended up in a lot of, conversations around the show floor, but then that took away from our ability to actually be able to complete videos. So it was a bit of a challenge that first year. So we kind of, after that year, we kind of reset and said, okay, we got to do things quite a bit differently year two. And so then that's when we kind of went to this system of like, we're going to try to pre-plan it all out. Now, we don't know exactly what's going to happen on the show floor. Like I don't know exactly what I'm going to see and what I'm going to buy and exactly what dealer table I'm going to end up at. But we do have like a time window where I'm going to be walking the show floor, and I have a list of things that I'm specifically looking for. And last year, I even had a couple of my team members went out and kind of pre-scouted the show floor to find the dealer tables that had things that were going to be aligned with what I wanted to get. And so then when we started filming, it was like, okay, we're going to go straight to this booth. We're going to go straight to this booth. We're going to go straight to this booth because they've got items that I'm going to be interested in.
No, that makes plenty of sense from a time management standpoint. I wonder from a Cards HQ standpoint, you said they're going to be doing a lot of buying. Is that the biggest challenge for you with them for the national, is to get the inventory?
Well, that's been one of the bigger challenges we've had with the store in general. Right now, to be quite honest with you, our showcases inside Cards HQ are probably about 30% empty. They're about 70% full. And we have had a difficult time. The store's been extremely busy. And traffic's been super good. And we've had a difficult time buying enough to fully fill the showcases. So we see the national for Cards HQ as a really good opportunity to buy a lot of inventory. So they're going to be buying heavy all 5 days, and hopefully coming back with, thousands and thousands of cards. And hopefully we'll have real full showcases, coming right off the national.
Is that a strategy you're using at other shows as well?
We have been going to other shows. Yeah, we've been doing almost all the Dallas card shows. We've been going to a lot of shows. Chantilly, Philly, the Front Row show, which is in Vegas and Arizona. We've been down to the Palm Beach card show and the Hobby Slam down in Florida. So yeah, we have a buying team that will go around to card shows, and that's helpful. And that also supplements what we're doing. But those shows don't have the same degree of, inventory possibilities as the national.
Are you guys going to be at Fanatics Fest?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to Cards HQ. We'll have a setup there as well.
Same idea, hoping to purchase?
Hoping. That's going to be a different type of show. We don't quite know what to expect, but we will have a dealer set up, and we will be buying cards.
I will be there on Saturday. I'm very curious, I think, for the first one, just to kind of get a sense of what it's going to be in the vibe in the room. So I think it'll be exciting just to see a different take on a show.
It will be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Geoff, I appreciate some time today. I look forward to seeing you in Cleveland. Just nice catching up and chatting. And I think we've all got national itis right now. I'm working on finishing the 57 set. So
nice, good. Well, I wish you best of luck with that. I hope you find the key cards you need there at the national. I'm sure you will have the opportunity to do so.
I appreciate it. And everybody can find you, Sports Card Investor, Market Movers app, and Cards HQ, correct?
You got it.
Well, I appreciate it. I will see you in Cleveland, and everybody else. I think he just gave away his itinerary, so you know where he is hour by hour.
There you go.
Geoff,
appreciate it, Danny. Thank you. Safe travels.
Have a good one. Take care.
Bye.